Dude, I've killed more people than Jeffrey Dahmer, and I don't think I'm a bad guy.
The scale of the Minnesota fraud scandal is jaw-dropping by anyone's measure. More than $1 billion has been illicitly drained from welfare programs, mostly by members of a large Somali community. At least some of that money is thought to have ended up in the coffers of Islamist terror group Al-Shabaab. And some of the early attempts to investigate this mass fraud were reportedly silenced over fears of racism. We've seen this story before. There's uncomfortable echoes of a UK grooming scandal in which the systematic abuse of young white girls by mostly Pakistani men was shamefully ignored over fears of stoking racial tensions. But just as it's absurd and abhorrent to argue that every British Muslim man is a rapist, it's clearly wrong to say that every one of the 16,000 Somalians in the US are thieves. That's why many are unhappy with some of the rhetoric pouring from the White House.
I hear they ripped off Somalians. Ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country is no good for a reason. Their country stinks. And we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too.
Well, anyone who thinks the president himself is an Islamophobe might want to check with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia or the Emir of Qatar. But there's no doubt that his words carry weight with the people who support him. And just as we saw in the aftermath of a National Guard terror attack carried out by an Afghan immigrant who'd worked with the CIA, many think it's now open season on all Muslims. Republican congressional candidate Valentina Gomez, who's listening in and joins us shortly, posted this.
Texas, I've officially filed to become your next Congresswoman.